Penguin Random House Audio presents Mother of Eden by Beckett. Read for you by Jane Entwistle, Bruce Mann, Hannah Curtis, Suzanne Crowley, Heather Wilds, Lucy Rayner, Nicholas Guy Smith, Catherine McEwen, and Emma Baring. Part 1.
Glitterfish Brookin. The trouble began on the waking I left Mikey with his dad on the sand for the first time and went out gathering bark with my Uncle Dixon, my brother Johnny, and my sister Starlight. Johnny had just come back over from Knob Head, and as we paddled through the trees, he told us the news he'd heard there. "I'll tell you a really interesting thing," he said. Humph, 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 went the tall trees in the water all round us. Everything was the same as it had always been. The sky was black above us. The tree lanterns shone. The wavy weed glowed beneath the water. "Yeah, a really strange thing," Johnny said. "I didn't know what to make of it. I was speaking to that guy Harry over there. You know, old Clawfoot Harry with the missing fingers. And he said that blokes have been coming over to main ground lately from right across far side of Whirlpool. Not to Knob Head itself, mind you, but further down Alpway to places like Veakle House and Brown River. And, if you can believe this, he said they bring metal with them. Not bits of metal from Earth, but metal they found for themselves in the ground, here in Eden. "Oh, Gela's heart," I whispered, suddenly full of dread. Johnny's news felt to me like the breeze that came in from deep darkness before a storm. It was nothing in itself. All it did was make the lantern flowers sway a little on their branches. But you knew it was just the start. Metal meant change. Metal was something to fight over, like the followers of John and David used to fight and fight over that metal ring from Earth. I thought of my little Mikey back on the sand, and I imagined a storm of blood breaking over him. But Dixon just laughed. "You don't want to believe everything Harry says. He'd tell you a starship had come from Earth if he thought you'd swallow it." Splash, splash, splash went our paddles. And behind the rhythm of our paddles, which was a sound that stopped and started, came and went, was that older rhythm which never, never changed. Humph, 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 went the trees as they pumped their sap down to the heat of underworld, far, far below. "It could be true, Uncle," Starlight said. She looked at our uncle with those beautiful, sharp, grey eyes of hers that always seemed to see right through you. People told me mine were the same, but of course I'd never seen them. We know John Red Lantern set out to cross Whirlpool, don't we? She pointed out. Him and some other John folk. When they got tired of all the fighting on main ground after break-up. Dixon snorted. Yeah, they set out in little log boats to cross deep darkness. But you know what it's like out there, Starlight. You know how big the waves are. No way could they have made it. No way. Their bones are somewhere out there on the bottom. No doubt about it. Along with John's precious ring. We've always thought that, Starlight said, because no one has heard from them since. But perhaps they made it after all. A little jewelback came darting by us, just above the water, trailing its tiny fingertips in the smooth surface. Yeah, that's what I thought, said Johnny. And it wasn't just Harry who told me. Another guy said the same thing. John and the others did make it across Whirlpool, and they figured out how to get metal from the ground. And who was this other bloke, exactly? Dixon asked with a knowing smile. Not Harry's bat-faced friend Dave, by any chance? Johnny's face went a bit red. Well, yeah, it was Dave, actually. But still, it could be true. Again, Uncle Dixon snorted. It could be. Anything could be. But I'm sure it's not. Even if John's lot did make it to the other side, which I'm sure they didn't, why would they come back? Whole point of going there was to make a new start without the David folk to fight against. Splash, splash, splash. We paddled on. All around us, the tall knee trees rose up, straight at first, then bending over toward main ground and letting down their greeny-yellow lantern flowers over the shallow water. They made me think of mothers bending down over their children. But that waking, when I'd left Mikey behind for the first time, everything made me think of mums and kids. Johnny had had me worried for a moment, but Dixon made me feel better. It was just a silly story, I decided, and I started to enjoy myself again, out on the water with the lantern flowers and their reflections all around me. When we were kids, Mum used to tell us to half close our eyes and pretend we were in a starship with the lantern flowers as stars. And in a few womb times, I would play that same game with Mikey. I imagined him screwing up his little eyes, just like Starlight used to do when she was little. It felt good
Sample complete. Ready to continue?